My name is Pilou Asbæk. I portray Batou in Ghost in the Shell. It's incredible, it's awesome, it's fantastic. You have to remember I come from the Danish film industry where a big budget Danish film is like $3 million. And that's the big one that year, you know? So all of a sudden being part of this machinery, which is just so incredible, where everything is possible, only the imagination is going to stop you, is definitely for me a dream coming true. For me with Rupert, all the pictures that I've seen and all the stories that he has told me, that how he wants to create this universe, it sounds and looks spectacular. And we are with this film because of the manga, because we want to honor the manga. And Rupert has a lot of respect for Shiro and his beautiful work. We're honoring the 80s because it was released originally in the 80s. And I like that. I like that we are standing on the shoulders of the creators of Ghost in the Shell. For me, Batou is this pumping heart, this beating heart, this guy who lets the fist talk. I don't know if you can say that in English, but it makes sense in Danish. And he's a simple guy, but a very warm-felt guy and a very sweet guy. He's loyal, he's a friend, trustworthy, and he likes beer and pizza. You can actually almost say that he would be your best friend if he was real. But that's my job to do that, to make him real. That's been hard for me as a lazy European actor who doesn't like to train or go to the gym. It's been very difficult to spend so many hours working out with guys in a room filled with machines and mirrors. I'm not a big fan of it. I have started to appreciate it. I like Batou, I like pizza, I like beer, I like to be alone. But you know, you want to do a good job. So, and this is part of me doing a good job, you know. I see a world that is not a fantasy. I actually see something that is probably gonna be within the next generation. So I find it very interesting and fascinating, and maybe that's one of the reasons why I like to be part of it so much. I think we are becoming more and more oh, that's a long English word, I don't think I can say that. But we are becoming more and more advanced as humans. We're taking something that a lot of people have identified with. A lot of people has had this as a part of their culture and their history. And we're trying to honor it. We're trying to make a live-action version of a common history, of something that we can all relate to. And my biggest pleasure with this film would be that we created a film that would be for the new fans and for the old fans of the anime and manga. Because there's a lot of people who know the anime, but they don't know the manga. She's incredible. I love working with Scarlett. We only had a couple of days on Lucy together, but on this film we've been together for like 4 or 5 months now, and she's just such a good colleague. She's a great actress, and I honestly feel blessed with working with her because she's very generous and she's extremely talented, and what is it called in English? Unsnobbish, you know. She's down to earth. She wants to work and she enjoys working, and she's got extremely good taste. No, she has a little tiny bit of my heart. I can say this because it's a part of the manga and the anime that Batou has these cyber-enhanced eyes, which is very difficult to act with, especially when you're doing fight bits, because you don't have any peripheral vision. So we have to be very clear on who's punching me or shooting at me at the specific moment. But it's a good challenge to work with as an actor, because you really focus and you become very concentrated on whom you're talking to. So the first couple of days I had them on, I didn't appreciate it, but I actually ended up enjoying having them on now, because I feel like there's such a big part of the character. Those eyes are so iconic for Batou that not wearing them feels sometimes very vulnerable and weak. There's no doubt about it that the manga that Shiro wrote is very, very difficult. That's the reason why it's considered a masterpiece. And that's the reason why he has so die-hard fans, because it was such a part of their identity. They identified so much with the character, with Major, and her being alone in a sci-fi world. I've been a teenager, so I felt how it is to be alone in a sci-fi world, you know. So that work was very concentrated and very difficult to understand, and you had to read it again and again and again to get into it and see all the beautiful aspects of a story unfolding in front of you. And then the anime kind of gave a different take on his manga, and I think that we, with our film, are going a different way, inspired by the anime, but absolutely also by the manga. For example, most of the iconic things about Batou I have taken from the manga and not the anime. It was a big gift for the film that Takashi wanted to be a part of it, that he wanted to play Maki. He's such an iconic filmmaker, TV host, and actor, and he's so humble. He was so sweet to work with. It's interesting as a European actor to watch a Japanese legend work. He's deadpan, not Japan. Sorry. Oh, and also with Takashi, it's very interesting to see. He comes from a Japanese acting tradition, which is very different from a Danish one, where we are very expressive, we are very verbal. He's you can almost call him, and I say that with the deepest respect, because that's another actor I admire a lot, that he's the Asian Clint Eastwood. You know, he's so stoic, he's so calm, he's so collective, but yet there's this whole story, this whole life that unfolds in his face, and that's incredible to watch as a young actor, because when you're doing a scene, you want to tell the whole story straight away. He doesn't do that. You know, he doesn't do anything, and with not doing anything, he does a lot, and he tells a lot, and that's what I, as a young actor, I want to learn. I want to learn that skill. So I'm going back and watching all of his DVDs. Batou is a part of the Section 9 group. Major is the leader, and Batou is the second in command. Even though, if you ask me personally, I think he's the leader and she's second in command. But that's one of those fights between those two characters that we really like for this film. He is a near-combat expert. He is an old military guy. He is a killer. But in my humble opinion, he's also the heart and soul of Ghost in a Shell. He is the character that people would relate to. That's one of the reasons why it was so important for me that he eats pizza, he drinks beer, he loves dogs. These basic things that I personally can relate to, and hopefully the audience as well.
Hi Lisa, here with some interesting movie extras facts for you. One of the earliest animation techniques was stop motion. It was first used in the late 1890s. Notable uses of stop motion include King Kong from 1933 and the skeleton skirmish in Jason and the Argonauts from 1963. Now, Toy Story, the first feature-length animated film to be created with CGI, generated 1,000 gigabytes of data and required 800,000 machine hours of editing. Are you an animation movie fan? Let me know in the comments below and subscribe to our channel and check the notification bell to always be up to date with all the latest releases.